Ebro in the morning, Laura Styles, Rosenberg, the number one sluts in the building, Amber Rose.
The number one slutter.
I gotta say, the slut walk did not take the meaning out of that word. It still sounds bad.
You feeling it?
I felt real bad saying that, but it was on your shirt, so I had to do it.
I'm the number one slut. It's all good.
Ebro doesn't.
Are you really though?
He doesn't feel comfortable with this.
I don't think you're number one.
You don't understand the movement. You have to understand the movement.
I don't have
to him.
and I don't. I get the attempt. I just don't agree.
Okay, I'm gonna say this quickly. I'm not gonna even get into it like all crazy. I was called a slut when I was still a virgin. I was still in school, right? So it's taking the derogatory labeling out of it and embracing it, because regardless if you're an actual slut, which you guys, I am. But I'm just saying the world considers a slut to be promiscuous, right? So whether you love sex, you've been with one guy, or you're still a virgin, you know, you can still be called a slut.
I agree, and like I said, I agree and understand the attempt. I guess my issue is that you're not going to stop people from being judgmental assholes. Right, so instead of focusing on
it's just to bring awareness.
That's fine. That's
well,
fine.
to make and in theory, if you make it common enough, it would be a word that it doesn't have the same meaning, right?
That's not
it doesn't
be
for
a thing.
me. It doesn't bother me anymore.
But that's the thing. It doesn't for you.
That's like the N-word. You're not going to, as much as people use it,
but you're not a you're not a woman though.
Yeah, but the N-word still offends me when it comes from certain people.
Well, you're just sensitive. That's your problem.
But trust me, people who say the N-word doesn't offend them, let it come from the right person.
I feel you.
It's gonna offend.
But let's be clear. Let's be clear. Also, N-word and slut ain't the same thing.
Not. I'm just saying words. We're just talking about words.
No, agreed. But the N-word is that's what people always wanted to do, and it was unrealistic because of the history of it. I believe with the word like slut, you have more of a chance of that being possible than the N-word.
If that's what you believe.
That is what
Amber Rose is here, and you have a how-to book.
Yes, I do.
How to be a bad bitch.
Yes, absolutely.
And do you feel? Who read this? Somebody here read the book.
Marissa Mendez.
Of course.
Come over here. Come over here
did.
behind Rosenberg for us. Because since you
I've
read
only-
the,
I've only
guess what? You're on the
perused.
camera. I'm the camera ready. Well, guess what? Jump your ass in here.
Okay.
Did it teach you how to be a bad bitch? Yes or no?
I mean, I kind of already knew some things, but it did have some. Yeah, it was cool for the right person.
Give us the big headline. What was the thing that you feel like you got from the Amber Rose How to Be a Bad Bitch book?
Well, I preferred the thing about, you know, ignoring the trolls online and stuff like that. I really took away a lot from that.
What about the cum shot on the face if
I
you're
was
not?
talking about that earlier.
Yeah, what about that one?
She was saying how during sex, girls, you know, if you're giving oral sex and you don't want to swallow, let them do the cum shot on the face. Guys like the money shot.
And you think this is
I applaud
quality
that.
information?
Right on, Amber.
It's true.
Yes.
All right, very good.
Works for me.
You know that is something men like. So if you're
Yeah.
trying to be satisfactory to someone,
Yeah.
most men are going to be turned on by that.
Well, I will say, Amber, that a lot of women, they might be into it. They they might be into it, but they're scared to admit it.
Yeah.
They're
That's
scared
the
to
whole
embrace their
point.
sexuality. They're
That's
scared to
the-
embrace, like, the other day, I was talking about eating booty. And everybody was like, I can't. You know how many people stopped me and was like, you're disgusting. Why did you say that? I'm like,
Laura
it's still-
Styles eats ass.
I have before.
Yeah.
It's happened. So what? To me, it's just sex.
Right.
Amber
And
Rose,
people
you
are
eat
so
ass?
scared about it.
I personally, that's not my thing. I don't like that.
Okay, listen,
But,
and I don't.
but not to be judgmental. I like to
your
have
ass
cum
ate?
shot on my face.
Oh.
I guess.
Well, Laura
you
Styles.
go.
How about this, Amber?
That's Love this
Laura
woman.
Styles is better than you. She likes both.
Oh, the filthiest of the filthy.
By the way, I've only done it once, but I'm saying I'm not opposed to it.
Which one? The ass
Assy
eating or the
dick.
cum on the
But
face?
I mean, I guess the moral of the story in the book is
I hate you.
This is the
just do
point.
whatever
This
you
is
want.
the point. Exactly.
to
This
do
is the
whatever
point.
you want and not
get
be
it.
ashamed of it.
I get it.
You
Exactly.
should not be ashamed
So,
of it.
so Laura, when you look in the comments for this, which we inevitably will, and everyone's calling you a slut, own it.
Embrace
It doesn't
own
mean
it.
shit.
And how about
One
this?
slut.
But let's take it a step further.
Yeah.
You're supposed to be a slut with your partner.
Yeah,
and whoever
exactly.
you want
Yeah,
to
you're
be in
supposed-
private,
Be free
is
with
to
your
be
partner.
free,
You're supposed to have
man.
fun, man. It's your life. Protect
guess-
yourself. Protect yourself.
Yes.
I'm also
Yes.
an advocate for HIV and AIDS awareness. That is the most important. I'm not an advocate to promote promiscuity and telling young girls to go out and have sex with multiple men. That is not the message.
But you're definitely anti-bullying. You're definitely letting trolls and negative people get into your spirit and do all that. You need to be strong in that. You're definitely for promoting people's strength and
Absolutely.
all of that.
And you got attacked when you did that video for the Walk of Shame, right? People were saying that. Are you promoting being promiscuous by doing that? I saw some comments. I mean,
Yeah. I mean, It was mostly very positive, because I think people got it. I mean, you can kind of see it was really just about like the double standards that,
Right.
I don't usually pick up guys and to have one night stands randomly. That's
It's happened though. It's happened.
It has happened in my life, and but that's what I'm saying. You shouldn't be ashamed of that. It's whatever you want to do in life, and like I said, you protect yourself, and you have fun, and you live your life as an adult. I speak to adults. I don't speak to young children. That's up to their mothers. So when I see the comments like, "You're teaching our daughters to do this," I'm not teaching y'all shit. You're their mother. You teach them. You raise them. You don't want your daughter to look at my Instagram? Don't have her follow me. Because my Instagram, I'm a grown woman. So I post what I want to post. I say what I want to say. And it's not for children.
Well, I think also you could take this conversation a step further. You're an active parent.
Yeah.
And I would say that no matter what I think about a slut walk, even when it was your birthday, I put up the photo of the GQ thing where you had an issue with the GQ magazine.
Yeah.
Their headline, what was it? It was something.
There's all Kanye'd out. It was just Kanye and Wiz and
It was trolled for
Really just called me just a baby mama.
Right.
And me and Wiz were married. We're still married, actually. So it was just completely dumbing me down. And
well, and you felt particularly bad, it sounded like, because you liked the interview at the time. Like, you felt like it was a good thing when you did it,
most people
right?
I heard said they liked the interview. It was the headline where they tried to use kind of your bad attributes, if you will, or the bad stereotypes about you to get people to read.
Well, they called me a teen stripper turned it was just it was just a really in poor taste, and I was very disappointed for such a reputable publication to write something like that.
I just was informed about the Andy Cohen thing the other day. How were you surprised that he kind of came all Kardashian? You've been pretty clear these days that you don't want to talk Kim and Kanye. So were you surprised that that's
6 years ago? Leave me alone. The fuck?
Okay,
I
let me
dated
be
him
devil's
6
advocate.
years ago.
Let me be devil's advocate. People have a hard time understanding what else it is they should be talking to you about.
I mean, I could
That
see
people
that
care
if it was
about.
2009. I've done movies that were in movie theaters. I've been acting. I'm an advocate for women's rights. I've done a world tour. I'm not even a singer or a rapper. I have my own book. I'm an author. I have my own sunglass line. I've been an advocate for
That's
HIV
not what Andy
and AIDS.
Cohen does. That's not what that show does.
I feel you. But we were talking about. Oh no, we were talking about Andy Cohen.
Yes.
But I mean, I understand that. But if I don't want to talk about it, I don't want to talk about it. Don't make it seem like I'm just this horrible person or the worst guest ever. There's a lot. He could have asked me so who you fucking or who you dating now? He could have been really invasive and asked me questions like that had nothing to do with my past or who I dated 6 fucking years ago. This is irrelevant.
And then the GQ article, obviously, even though you and I have our disagreements about slut walks, et cetera, you still are a person who still comes up to the show and you're okay with agreeing to disagree.
Yeah.
That's what's kind of seems annoying about it. You're saying 'cause anyone who watched the interview with Amber, you're an open book.
Yeah.
He just went for the area that you don't want to talk about anymore.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's just irrelevant to my life. We both got married and had kids already. Leave me alone about it.
Okay, fine. I'm gonna ask something invasive about your life. How are you and Wiz these days?
Really, really well. We were on the phone for 3 hours last night just laughing about me cursing out his friend. It was awesome.
Why did you curse out his friend?
Because I don't like him.
New story or old story of cursing out his friend?
No, I cursed out his friend 2 weeks ago and it was really funny. We were laughing about it.
So you guys are on a pretty good page.
Yeah, really, really good.
I think that's an attribute that goes kind of, and one of the more important ones, in my opinion, for parents and people who may have an issue with Amber Rose, the handling of a difficult situation between a mother and a father and raising a kid and being amicable and being adult about raising that kid, I think is something that most parents that we see in public don't necessarily do a great job of. We see a lot of scandal, and you and Wiz, there's been some issues between you all's relationship, but never about Sebastian.
No, never. Oh, never. I would never say anything negative about it's always hard for me to say Wiz because his name is Cameron. Wiz to my son, I would never say anything negative, and he wouldn't either. And now we're just really you know, we're just really on a good page together. We're learning how to be friends.
And even when he said, well, I mean, I guess people, well, no, he was talking about you in those raps where he said some things about stripper, turn, whatever.
Yeah.
You still never went for the low blows.
Never.
Has he apologized for that?
Yes, absolutely.
That was dope.
And
Yeah.
she said that. And you
She
said that at the slow
that
boat.
at the walk.
Yeah, he's apologized
I didn't see the walk, guys.
on numerous
Sorry.
occasions. He feels really bad about it. And he was like, that's why he didn't push the record or anything like that. He was just, you know, when you go through a divorce or a breakup, y'all know how it is. It just, you know, we're still human. Shut up, Ebro.
Well, that's because Ebro.
I've never been married. And
You know, Ebro's never been
You
married.
I
never-
suck in
you never
relationships.
went through a
Exactly.
breakup?
You know, Ebro gets bored of a relationship for 6 months, then he intentionally gets caught doing something and never talks to the person again. So it's a different situation than you
So
share a
sad.
child.
I was
and-
sexting. Got me. Later.
Yeah, he'd
Oh
rather
my
leave the
God.
phone out, Amber, for the girl to catch him and be like, "Oh yes, I was sexting. I'm caught. Okay, I guess
she's
it's
like,
such a
over."
horrible
She's
person.
like, wait, was it just sex? She's like, no, more than that. I was,
bad.
I was fucking. I was everything.
It was bad. You should leave me.
He was just trying to always get out of it. So it's
God
different.
bless you, Ebro.
It's a different situation.
Well, anyway.
I'm glad you. But now the next step, Amber, is the next step. If you and Wiz continue to be good, the next step is you making it good between me and Wiz.
I got you.
I'd like to. Because I like Wiz. I was just a loyal friend to you.
All right, can I ask you a
Yeah,
question on
for
behalf
sure.
of Wiz? Do you, Rosenberg, as a man, because remember, you removed gender from the argument. This
Yes.
is your friend 1st. You removed gender. Men looked at you when you were riding for Amber. They was like, yo.
Yeah, because men are kind of. That's because those guys dudes might be kind of gay, and they feel that you should only prioritize
So-
your man relationships as opposed to any
Exactly.
female relationship.
Very
I don't
sexist.
understand that. I don't
It's
understand.
very-
We're trying to get to the bottom of it.
I have anxiety now.
I'll tell you. Don't have anxiety. By the way, can I just say, in your slut #1 jersey, your tits are on fleek today,
Thanks, Boo.
which is rare for a fully covered boob situation.
I have really big tits.
I know.
don't
By the way, how people kind of. You're one of those things. You're sort of like Dolly Parton's ass, right? No one talks about your tits enough because your ass is such a thing. Don't you feel that way sometimes?
I wear 36H. It's
Like
ridiculous.
talk, like that deserves a conversation.
Well,
sometimes.
here's a real question for the ladies that have had children. The nipples still pointing out, or they start pointing south?
Oh nah, mine's on point south.
still going
Thank
direct.
God. Maybe my second baby, that might
They
happen.
might go south on you.
It happens, man.
It happens.
Listen.
Would you ever consider a breast reduction if your back started
No,
hurting?
I mean, if it was serious, maybe.
You
Yeah,
would
but
do
it's-
back
it doesn't-
exercises first, though.
No, I mean, I work out like a motherfucker, so I like use my core a lot, and so I really don't have.
And Amber's built like a stallion. Those things are gonna stay up.
I agree.
She got the back. You gotta have the back to
No,
hold
the
that.
nipples, them nipples after breastfeeding, you don't know them challenging. It's
Well,
not
she's
the
good
boobs.
right
the nipple
now.
might just go whoop, catch it.
I mean, for some people, I suppose that's a possibility.
Amber Rose, the book "How to Be a Bad Bitch." Pick it up if your interest is being a bad bitch. Can you articulate your definition of a bad bitch?
A bad bitch is a well-rounded woman. She has her finances together. She has her friendships. She has her relationships. She stays positive. She always takes the high road. And the reason why I named it How to Be a Bad Bitch, and I see the comments and stuff, and they're like, well, why wouldn't you name it How to Be a Queen or a Wonderful Woman? One, that's less interesting. Two, you know, I feel like in today's society, and I know that you guys have said it because I know I said it, like, damn, she's a bad bitch. And a bad bitch is like, she got her shit together. She's all the way put together. And I decided to embrace it. Like, I embrace slut.